Hey guys, what's up? On this video, I'm going to be talking about the 4 deadly rookie mistakes that most beginning investors make and how you can avoid them too. You know, most of the time when people get started in their business, they feel like, yeah, you know, I know what I need to do. I understand the 4 simple basic things of like consistent marketing, talking to sellers, making offers, and following up. Like that's really what this business comes down to, right? But these 4 deadly mistakes are the reasons why most beginning investors fail, and also the reasons why most experienced investors do well in this business and make a lot of money. There's a good reason why the experienced investors are making a lot of money, right? And the rookie investors are not. Well, the number one mistake is beginning investors cut back on their marketing during times of economic uncertainty. When things are getting hard, inflation's going up, they're getting nervous about the market, they're getting nervous about, well, what's going on, what's going to happen now with the, if so-and-so gets elected president or gets re-elected president, what's going to happen then? And they get scared. Or, they're scared about what's going on in the news, they're scared about what's going on in their local economy, they're going to some local real estate clubs or online forums and discussion boards, and they're hearing all of these stories and people complaining about how hard it is. Or they're hearing about, yeah, the average profit is only $3,000 on a wholesale deal, right? And so they get discouraged. They're getting some economic uncertainty, right? It's been a month or 2 months and they've not seen any profits yet or any return yet on the marketing that they're doing. And they're like, okay, they're getting a little nervous. Well, the worst thing that you can do at that point is to slow down your marketing and to stop. So what do experienced investors do? Well, the exact opposite. When they see times of economic uncertainty, they know people are starting to leave the market. They're starting to get nervous and scared. Experienced investors double down on their marketing and do more of it. All right. Experienced investors look at marketing not as an expense, but as an investment, right? So this is where you're going to see a return on your investment. That's the big thing I'm going to be talking about in this video is like experienced investors know that there is going to be an ROI eventually on the marketing dollars that they're spending today. And they also know that because they're consistently marketing, they're going to see a return. It may take 3 or 4 months, but they're going to see a return. And most people quit and give up when it gets hard. They don't do that. So it goes without saying that a solid marketing strategy is the lifeblood of your business. A solid marketing strategy is going to be where you're consistently doing the marketing day in, day out. And in fact, you get it done for you in spite of you, so you don't even have to worry about it anymore. The marketing just gets done all the time. So let me just say this too. You've got to be committed to this business for the long haul. If you're not committed, if you just want to be like, yeah, I'm going to put my toe in the water, I'm going to test it and see if it works, then just don't. Save your money. Don't even worry about it, okay? This marketing is business. It's a long-term play. So if you're not committed for at least 3, 5, 6 months, then don't even get started, okay? So it's important you have a budget for that consistent long-term marketing so you know you're always going to be doing it, whether the market is going up or down or regardless of what's going on in the market. All right, the mistake number 2 that most beginning investors make is they are not consistent with their marketing, okay? They are, yeah, I'll do a little bit here, I'll do a little bit there. They are kind of wishy-washy, just kind of when they have the time, they'll get it done. Well, that's a big, huge problem. Experienced investors realize, I got to get somebody else. I kind of touched on this before, but experienced investors realize, I need to get somebody else to do my marketing because if I try to do it all myself, I'm just not going to get it done. I get busy, life gets hard, things start throwing, you get busy with family, you get an invite from a friend to go play golf, which we're going to be doing later today. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll do that. I'll do the marketing later. And then you forget. And then now it's been a few days, it's been a couple of weeks, and you've not sent any marketing out. So inexperienced investors are not consistent with their market, which means experienced investors are what? They're consistent with it, which means they outsource it then to somebody else. Experienced investors also understand that it takes 3 or 4 touches before you will ever even do a deal with the seller. So they have to be consistent, not just send one-time mail or one-time cold calling. The experienced investors understand you've got to do multiple touches, right? It goes without saying. We looked over a previous 12-month span on the deals that we did. We did about 58 deals. This is crazy. And we looked at, of those 58 deals in that 1-year period, only 4 of them came from the first contact, right? The other 54 deals came from follow-up. On average, 3 to 4 months, 7 to 8 touches. Now, some of the follow-ups was just a couple times. Some of them was over about a year. Some of them, we just make a couple attempts. Some of them we did 20, 30 attempts to follow up with them. But on average, it's 3 to 4 months of follow-up to do a deal, right? And maybe 7 to 8 touches. A touch could be a letter, a phone call, a text message, an email, or something like that, right? So the key to being a successful investor is understanding the importance of the consistency. And again, if you're not doing it yourself, then get somebody else to do it for you. It could be a direct mail company, it could be software, it could be a virtual assistant. Get your marketing done for you in spite of you. Rookie mistake number 3 is new investors give up too easily when they're doing their marketing, right? They're afraid of rejection. It's hard to handle no. I mean, I get it. It's hard to get rejection every day. Nobody thinks it's fun, but new investors think like, oh man, this is too hard. They give up too quickly, too easily. And this is why, most people who buy real estate education never do anything with it. They never make any money is because they give up too early. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of making people mad. Well, I like to say, if you've not made somebody mad by 12 o'clock, you're not making enough offers. You're not marketing hard enough, right? So that's just part of the business, whether you like it or not. So, get used to it. People are going to get mad at you. What do you want? Everybody happy with you? If you want people to love you and like you, then don't send any marketing, leave them alone, and give them offers at whatever price they want, and you'll make tons of people happy. The problem is you won't make any money. Make sense? So don't give up too early. When it gets hard, that's when you need to dig deeper. That's when you need to press on and do more. Rookie mistake number 4. Okay, this is all kind of related, but rookie investors typically they undervalue their time and they don't delegate things out. There's $500 an hour activities and there's $5 an hour activities. And it's easy to get burnt out when all you're doing are those $5 an hour activities, but you need to start focusing on the bigger, better things, the bigger picture. And that could be for you, maybe your $500 an hour activity is being on the phone talking to sellers. Maybe it's not like inputting data entry stuff into the CRM. Maybe your $500 an hour activity is relentless follow-up. Maybe it's emails and text messages and direct mail. So what is your $500 an hour activity? It's not updating your website. It's not comping properties. It's not listening to another podcast or watching another video, although I'm glad you're here, right? So experienced investors know the value of their time, and they know everybody's got the same number of hours in a day. What if you're working 8 hours a day in the business or 4? What are the most highest revenue generating activities? And that's what you should be focusing on, okay? So you need to just understand the value of your time and delegate accordingly, okay? And I like to say too, when it comes to delegation, don't think about how, start thinking about who. Because it's easy to get overwhelmed when you're getting started. There's all these things you got to learn. There's this software, there's this program, there's this other tool in your tool belt. But stop asking how to do all of this stuff and just ask who can do this stuff for me. When I wanted to travel around the world with my family, our wife and our 4 kids, I made a list of all of the steps involved with doing a deal. This is when I was doing a lot of house deals. And I just asked myself a simple question. How can I do none of this? How can I get somebody else to do this all for me? And that's when I wrote down the steps. All right, I said I can have a local assistant. At the time I had a local assistant. She can do all of my marketing, manage it. I had a virtual assistant that handled all the calls. I used a direct mail company to send all the mail. And then with handling the leads, so my VA would pre-screen the leads. We'd send them to a local wholesaler, and that local wholesaler would work the leads and flip them, and then we'd split the profits 50-50, right? And so I went from doing maybe 2 or 3 deals a month in one market to doing 4 or 5 deals a month in multiple 3 or 4 different markets, just by setting up these simple systems and saying, all right, not how can I do all this myself, but who can I get to do all this stuff for me? That's as simple as that, all right? So listen, if you like this video, if it's helpful at all, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below on my channel. I'll see you guys later.